A little while ago, I had a thought of why not using tape to help map out the sections of my face while doing makeup, because as an artist, I use masking tape to help separate parts of a canvas, and as a drag queen, my face is my canvas. Let's get into it. Okay, as you can probably see, I've started to block my brows already, so I've just got to colour correct, and then set them, and then I'm ready to get into it. Um, I haven't actually put any primer on, and that is because from the video where I did my face in sections, the primer don't actually stick. Or the tape doesn't stick with primer, so that would be helpful if I did it, because obviously the tape would have to be on for a while as well, wouldn't it? So I thought, let's just wait until I've got the tape on to do it. Um, so yeah, I am indeed going to be using masking tape, wherever it is. And I would not advise you do this. I'm doing it because it's my skin, if that makes sense. And my skin isn't the best already, so I kind of don't really care. But you can try it, but maybe use some other kind of tape. I don't know what other tape you could actually use, because masking tape isn't super sticky, so it wouldn't damage your skin if you take it off. But yeah, so as you can see, brows are now gone, and I think something that I try to do with my makeup, let me just get a fresh bit of tape. Something that I try and do with my makeup is kind of make a line here, which I'm actually going to be able to do. So, right, let's get a fairly long bit. Okay, and then just kind of tape, like here, maybe. And then because I don't need it that long, oh my god, I need, there we go. There we go. And now, this part would kind of be the forehead area. So, yeah. Oh my god, I hope this bit is long enough. I kind of don't think it is. That's roughly even. Yeah, that's roughly fine. So now I'm going to prime, if I can ever find it, because primer is very important. It helps get your skin ready. I am getting over a cold, so my nose is running a fair bit. But we love. And to be honest, it always does when I'm getting in drag. I don't know why. But that's just what it do. Yeah, and as you can see, the tape is literally now coming off. We love. Okay. And I've done 4 layers of blue. So I'm hoping that the foundation sticks well. Because I kind of have a look in my head, and it's a nude look. Because I just kind of feel like I haven't done one in a fair while. So we're doing one. Okay. Something that I'm gonna love to see is the difference between the foundation shade and my actual skin tone. Okay, so now we're getting into contouring and highlighting. I'm actually kind of excited, because obviously I'm creating a more the ideal kind of thing that I always want to do. So yeah, I am very excited to see if this works. Another thing I've done off camera is I've put a bit of setting powder over my actual eyebrows. Mainly because they were starting to the foundation was coming off a little bit, so I thought set it. And now they're still covered, so I'm not mad. And yeah, so let's just get in the contour. I love that there's a wall next to me. Just rest my arm there. But anyway, yeah. So I'm doing a nude look because I kind of just want to. Like, actually, I'm gonna tilt that up. The look I had in mind was basically no top, just a leather jacket. I hate that angle. Why? Okay, I'm gonna leave it then. Yeah, the look I had in mind was just like a leather jacket. Um, and that to me is very Gaga. So like just a breastplate and a leather jacket. And then also, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know that I'm starting my own art business. And I think that could also be a really cool thing to paint. So yeah, this look is going to become a painting. But yeah, if you want to go follow my art business, it's at art underscore by underscore a queen. So yeah, that would be a really cool thing for you to do because I'm not like premiering yet. Like, I'm not opening yet. I haven't like sold anything yet. But like as soon as I like plan to launch, you'll know I'm there. So yeah, I think I may also just do powder now, like in this area. Just get that done, so I can then move down the face. Let's just dab that all in the middle. And now, there we go. Got that super light spotlight. Gonna dab the excess and then just brush all the extra off into the side where it will set. And then I'm gonna keep these bits here until I do the eye. Mainly so that it just helps make it like flow. Because the kind of snatch look is something that I have been trying to do ever since I've started drag. And it's never kind of like gone well. So hopefully today's going to be the day that I change. So, last bit for the forehead, I'm just going to pop some powder on. Some powdered bronzer. As this will just help set it and make it a little bit darker. And all of that good stuff. And then I'm just going to go in with some powdered foundation in a sec because I'm not done. I want it to be fairly dark on the edges. And then get lighter towards the middle. Okay, there we go. Once that is done, and then I almost used my blush brush. Oh my god, that's so hard to say. Blush brush. Okay, there we go. And that wouldn't have been fun. So yeah, now going to get in the powdered foundation. Okay, and then for the last bit on the forehead, I am just going to use a powdered highlighter to really get like that super snatched. Well, not really snatched, but to make like it pop, I guess. So yeah, and as you can see, there is starting to be a bit of a line. Maybe like I can see it better in person, but you can kind of see it. This may actually work. A new JC Queen method. Okay. Oh. So I've actually now started to do my brows like freehand now. Mainly because I've been told by someone that the stencil is slightly too thick, and looking at other drag and like my actual drag inspiration, I agree. So yeah, I now do it freehand, but a similar shape to what I want. So the way I do it, pop one bit there, one bit, oh my god, there. And then, because I spray a bit of setting powder into the brow pomade, that just helps it like become lighter and moist. But then obviously over time, it will get darker. So it's fine. Okay. Oh my god. This really isn't like picking up as well as I wanted it to. Okay. Right, so now I'm just going to pick up all of the little bits, and then just gonna start creating the shape that I want. I quite like a curved brow. So like very femme, very curved, fairly diva. And then I'm gonna show you one, then do the other one off camera because that's just easier and saves time in the video. I take this bit up a little. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. A little. And then I then use that as like the top of the brow. So yeah. There we go. And now I'm just going to make that a little bit more perfect because it's giving a bit patchy. But yeah, I'll be back. Okay, now that I'm kind of happy with how the brows, they're not even, but I'm like still happy with them. I like to take a concealer and just neaten up the bottom, as that will then transfer down into the eye. So yeah, and it will look gorgeous. It's not, in my opinion, it doesn't matter if they're not perfect. At the end of the day, your natural eyebrows aren't perfect. So why should your fake ones be? But anyway, I like this shape that I've done. In order to do it, I have had a little sneak peek at under the tape. All I'm gonna say, it's definitely worked. What I'm now gonna do is, I swear I had a nude, like actual nude palette. Oh, I do. Yay. No, I don't. Literally bought one, and I was so happy because I didn't have a nude palette. Wait, okay. I have one. Okay, here we are. So, what I'm gonna do is kind of like the old process. I am not gonna actually use like actual eyeshadow. I'm just gonna use, no, eyeliner. I am just gonna use eyeshadow for it because I kind of don't want it to be messed up really. And the tape is slightly moving. So if I can avoid that area, I will. So here we are. I'm using tape, how is that not even? Oh my god, my brows aren't even either. Well, I'm gonna fix that, then I'll be back. Okay, it's better than what they were. I'm just gonna leave it at this point. But yeah, I forgot to do the start of my nose contour. So you're just gonna get in that. And because the eyebrows are higher, everything else can be higher. I love that. Because the eyebrows are higher, everything else can be higher. It's like one of them quotes you see on TikTok. So yeah. And then I'm just gonna bring this towards the outer eye, just so that it's a bit easier to blend in or out with the eyeshadow. There we go. And now we're gonna go back to the eyeshadow palette. Oh, if I can actually open it again. And okay, I'm gonna use a shade that's slightly lighter, and then just start to like kind of bridge this over. Okay, gonna do the same over here. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with another eyeshadow that's again slightly lighter and just kind of fill in this part of the eyelid. And as you can see, it starts to pop. And then I'm going to pop that same shade on the top of the eye. And then kind of blend it down towards the contour. And you can always just go over it again and again to make it a bit more thicker and less opaque. And now, to finish the eye, I'm going to take this lighter shade and just use that to make everything near the top lighter. Oh, that doesn't look decent. Okay. It looks a bit muddy. It's fine. That was the wrong shade. I am, to finish the eye, the last thing to do before we finish it is the cut crease, and I'm going to take a light concealer, pop it in the corner, same on this side. Then I like to use my finger, mainly because it's the right shape, just kind of dab, and then up, and around, and just kind of blur it in. So as you can see, we've now got a really strong eye. And then the last thing I like to do is just cover my whole lid in black eyeshadow. So yeah, I am going to do this off camera because it is basically the same, like literally just cover the lid in black eyeshadow. Okay. now that is done, and I'm not mad. I actually like how it looks. I have just popped on a bit of setting spray, just so that it's like dry, I guess. And yeah, you can kind of see the like snatch effect like working already. And now I'm just gonna move the tape down here. Oh my god. I hate when it sticks to itself. Right. Down here. And I also want this to be quite snatched. Not that snatched. If I go like halfway up my ear, that should be snatched. That should be fairly snatched. Okay. And now I just need to copy that onto the other side. Oh my god. I hate copying. It's fine, but never actually even. Okay, there we go. This feels weird. I mean, I chose to do it for myself. So yeah, I'm now gonna prime again. This is already moving. I'm now gonna prime. I really need to get the contour done. Because after that, it's gonna be fine. Okay. I am going to pop blush on off camera. Because I feel like you don't need to watch that, do you know what I mean? Like, you basically, like, know what I'm doing. So I'll be back with blush. Okay, I've now done the foundation, and I've noticed that the shape up here uneven. Like, if you look, this is further around than this one. But it's fine. It's gonna work. So I'm now contouring. And yeah, I did forget to do my nose. Oh my god. This is really hard to talk. So yeah, this should be fun. Okay. So I'm now gonna blend. Yay! This is actually really hard because like every time I hit the tape, I hear it. Okay, I'm now gonna finish just my contour on my nose. Mainly because it is super quick and easy to do. So go down. Okay, then go down again. Okay, then cross the bottom. And there we go. My nose is done. Oh my god. Okay. I've kind of fixed it, it's fine. Oh my god, this is hard because my mouth is starting to water. Okay. So now, I am just going to take concealer and just kind of neaten everywhere up. Okay, and that is looking a lot more smooth than what it is. So yeah. I'm now going to use powder again to just kind of help get all of the shapes. and exaggerate everything. So the cheek. Here. Okay, and now it's just blush. Okay, so now keep going with blush. And then lastly, powder. Okay, so I've only got this bit left, and I think I'm going to do that off camera, mainly because it's fairly boring, and then I'll be back to do my lips because I'm using a new product. I'll be back. Okay, so I've done below half, and I think I'm going to use actually a lip gloss instead of lipstick, and I think this dark one could look quite well that I've got. So first I'm going to line my lips. Kind of how I normally do. So a bit there, bit here, and join them. Oh, okay, and down, down. Okay, and now I am going to use. Oh, where has it? Okay, found it. I think. Yeah, I'm going to use this dark lip gloss. Mainly because I think it can look quite nice. Yeah. And there we go. I'm not gonna put on a lash because I kinda can't be bothered. But yeah, this is the look. I'm gonna get in full drag. Well, half full drag, then give you my thoughts. I'll be back. Okay, so this is the full look. I definitely think that there's some strong bits. So eyebrows, not too keen on. I may actually either find a stencil that's thinner or give up. I'm joking, I won't. Or maybe keep practicing with them. The look would look better if it had a lash, but I can't bother to put one on. Um, and I'm kind of living for this kind of like bit here and this bit. But yeah, I love the lip gloss. Oh my god, the hair's getting stuck to it though. So yeah, I'm living for it. Put your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Is there anything else? I don't think so, really. But yeah, what are your thoughts? I like this eye. I like the eye look. So, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Why does this eye look better than this one? Diva, are you okay? But yeah, put your thoughts in the comments. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and follow my new art account because I'm probably gonna paint this look. I've literally like almost got my boobs out because I really want to paint them. If that makes sense, like, I just want to paint the curvature and contours. So yeah, go check out my painting. Bye.